Alright guys, so this is my son's Oset 12.5 Racing. So this has been a great bike. My son loves it. He learned on this bike. I got it for him for his 3rd birthday. But now it's time to upgrade it. This bike's major drawbacks are the fact that it's super heavy and the fact that it uses lead acid batteries, so it takes forever to charge. So I wanted to upgrade it by dropping in some lithium ion drill batteries. So that way I can have multiple swappable batteries. They'll charge fast. While he's riding one, I can be charging the other. These batteries I got from Lowe's. It came with 2 batteries. They're both 24 volt, 4 amp hour batteries. And it also came with a charger. I believe it was like under $200. Then I also had to buy the compatible connector, which was 3D printed. Ordered it online. This thing I believe was like 20 bucks or so, maybe less. Just comes with the connector, so it just clicks right in. And then I'm just gonna mount this to the frame somehow once I open this up and see what it looks like in there. And then once we get the lead acid batteries out of here, this thing's gonna be a lot lighter. It's gonna be a lot more fun to be able to just carry on extra batteries for continuous riding. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so I got the batteries out. What we had in here was 2 12 volt, 10 amp hour batteries. They were wired together to make 24 volts. So this big heavy pack is going to get replaced by this single small little drill battery. So this thing is going to live somewhere in here. It's going to be a lot lighter. We're going to save a lot of space. And then now we're going to be swappable. Alright, so they made it pretty easy for me. So they have their battery leads right here with these easy disconnect crimped on connectors. So I'm just going to go ahead and strip the wires from this connector, crimp on this puppy, and it'll plug right in, and that way it'll be removable. Alright, I got the connectors crimped on, so all I'm going to have to do is just plug this in with the old leads. This was pretty straightforward. Red to red, black to black. And that's it, it's connected. Oh, that's not good. I guess I crimped it on there too hard. Let's go back to the drawing board, do it again. Alright, let's try this again. Hopefully it doesn't just fall off like that. Alright, we're all plugged in. Okay, let's get our back wheel off the ground. Test her out. Yeah, there you go. All we're gonna do, got one battery charging right here. Pop it in, cross our fingers, hope it works, and hope that we don't explode. Flip the switch, and we have power. Woo! And that's all, folks. All right, so now that we know that this thing works, I'm gonna put away my electrical stuff, and let's find a way to mount this dock onto the bike in a nice way that these batteries will be easy to just pop in and pop out. I think I'm not going to get too crazy. Originally, before I opened this up and looked in there, I thought I was going to like mount it something like this and then just slide it in and have it hanging, kind of like how the Stasic setup is. I still might actually do that. I'm either going to do that, or I'm going to just mount it right here to this base because there's so much space right there. So that way it's just to the ground and then you can just like boom, click it in like that. I don't know. They're both going to be solid. I guess it just comes down to what's going to look better. Either right here, or maybe right here. Kind of like the look of that a little bit better. Well, I'm gonna mess around with it and I'll get back to you. All right, I think I figured it out. So there's this mounting tab right here from the old battery strap. So I think I'm gonna cut that off with an angle grinder. Go ahead and mount this baby in its place, just like that. And then that way the battery can live right there. Hopefully I'll have enough clearance to still be able to pop this battery in and out. I think it's gonna look sweet. And then I think, you know what, instead of putting those plastic panels back up, I think I'm going to actually leave this open so you kind of get a nice little look of seeing the battery. All right, so we nicked that tab off. So now we can try to get this adapter in here. I just have to make sure I have enough clearance for this battery to easily go in and out. So let's click the battery in. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plasma cut a tab that already has this pattern, and then I'm just gonna get it all up in there, and then just tack it in. Hold tight. All right, so rough and dirty, I'm right here in Fusion 360. I kind of just sketched out the footprint of that mounting plate. Then I kind of just placed where all the screw holes are gonna be. I'm trimming out the extra lines. And then I'm gonna cut this out on the plasma cutter. And then I'm gonna weld this plate to the existing frame. All right, so we're back. I drew in Fusion 360 this metal plate out of 1/8, which will link up straight to this mounting dock. The holes all line up and everything. Then I just bent the tip of it so that way I can just weld it on nicely into here, and there'll be some clearance. So basically, I got some hardware right here. I'm just gonna throw this all together and weld it up. All right, I gave her a second to cool down. I'll take my wires, reconnect them. Boom. Let's get the batteries in. Test her out. Woo! Fires right up. Alrighty, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna zip tie these wires into place so they're just not dangling around. And then I have the option of closing it up this panel, but I think I wanna leave it open. I think it looks kind of cool how you can just see the battery and how you can see everything moving. Kind of like the look of it. But yeah, guys, that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a follow-up video in a week or so and let you know how the range goes on this thing. Because it was on a 10 amp hour lead acid previously. Now we're on a 4 amp hour lithium ion, but we have 2 of them. So I'm gonna take my boy on a longer ride and see how much range we can get on this thing. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.